Hi crocheters of the world, I'm Juana and this is Juana's Crochet channel on YouTube, and in this tutorial we will knit. No, we won't. I don't like knitting. We will just Tunisian crochet. So what, let's say, an aspect that I like of the Tunisian crochet is that we can, so if I see a project, a knitting project that I really like, and this was the case, I can do something similar with a Tunisian crochet, so I don't need to knit. And this is something for me really special because I love to crochet. Also, the Tunisian crochet offers so many beautiful stitches and so on, but it has this aspect too. So this is a hat, this is a beanie hat for a 0 to 3 months baby board. But of course in the tutorial I explain how to work it for each size that you want, and I saw it on the web, worked, knitted, okay, and I thought, okay, it would be really nice that I can do it, and here it is. I did it, and now I just want to show you how to work it. It's so easy, really easy, and look at it, isn't it sweet? So cute. Okay, so I let you to the tutorial. So to work this little beanie, you can work it in any kind of yarn and with any kind of crochet hook, of course Tunisian crochet hook, and the chain, the beginning chain, will be the length of your beanie, and then we will go on as a stripe, and the length of the stripe will be the circumference of the head. Okay, so it's really easy to work in any size you want. Now for the very first I'm working with a baby or sport yarn, 50% acrylic and 50% wool, and with a 5mm hook, Tunisian crochet hook, and on the label was written 4mm hook, so work it with one size more. Okay, now I want to work first step of the first round, actually the first row, sorry. I want to work it on the wrong side of the chain, and these popping up loops, these I want to insert the hook in and to pull up loops. So you know that on the back side we have in the middle these popping up loops, and I want to, actually I am pulling up loops from these. Okay, so this is the first step. You know that in the Tunisian crochet, to work a row we have 2 steps. First step, we cast on stitches, and second step we work the stitches. So this is my first. Now I began this with 28 chains, and I will tell you the length of this beanie, so you can just figure out how to work it larger, because this is, yes, for a preemie, newborn, baby born. Okay, now I finished this first step, so casting on the loops. Okay, and here it is, my last one, Just want to be sure that I'm on the back side. Yes. And now what I want to do is to work the second step of the same row. So for the second step, you yarn over and pull through one loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops until the end of the row. So I finished the prep row, and now for the pattern stitch we will work like this. We'll work 4 rows with the purl stitch, Tunisian purl stitch, and 3 rows with Tunisian simple stitch. Okay, and we will work in this manner. This is the first and we won't consider it, and this is the last, and the first is already worked. The last we will work it normally as a, I will show you how. Now the rest of the stitches we work like this. We begin each of our row with a decrease, and we will end each of our row with a increase. So to begin the row with a decrease for the purl stitch, we push the yarn to the front, insert the hook around the first vertical bar and the second. Okay, and work the purl stitch. And then we work the purl stitch normally until the end of the row. Actually, until the second to last stitch, because in between the second to last and last stitch we will put the increase, and then we will work the last stitch as border stitch, as we normally work in the Tunisian crochet. Okay, and just go on with my purl stitch. Okay, the purl stitch, it's not easy, but when you first try it maybe you will find it a little bit difficult, but it's not, it's only practice. Okay, so just watch as I am working. It's really easy. So I have to pinch it here when I work it. Okay, now this is my second to last, this is my last. Let us work our second to last stitch and the increase. We will work the increase into the chain. So insert the hook actually into the chain and pull up a loop. And this is our increase. Now work your last stitch, insert the hook through 2 loops and work normally the last stitch. Okay, and that's it. Now we just work the second step normally. So yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 until the end of the row. This I finished my first row. Now for the second, the same thing. So we will repeat this for first row for 3 more times, okay, with the purl stitch. So here it is. This is my first stitch. This is my first barrette. Here I already have my chain, my loop on the hook for the very first. Now I will insert the hook into the second and into the third barrette, and I will work them together for the decrease. Now push like this the yarn on the front. Keep it actually on the hook. Insert the hook into the second barrette, around the second barrette, and around the vertical bar, and around the next vertical bar. Put actually down here under these 2 bars the yarn. Can you see where it is? Yes. Keep it with your finger, yarn over and pull through 2. And this is our decrease. Now I just want to go on and work my purl stitch until the second to last. So the last the last is the stitch for the border. So I go on and I work purl stitch until I reach the second to last. Okay. I want to show you one more time how to finish the row. So I have one more here before my border stitch, and I work it. And now here into the chain, insert your hook and pull up a loop, and this is your increase. Don't forget to increase, so to decrease at the beginning and to increase at the end of the row. Okay, and now let us work our last stitch, which is this one. We have 2 loops here. Okay, we have to insert the hook through both loops and pull up a loop. Now yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 until the end of the row. Okay, repeat this 2 more times. Actually, you can see we have 2 rows with the purl stitch and we need 2 more. So repeat these 2 more times. Okay, I almost finished. As you can see, we can easily count the rows 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, I just want to show you something. So we create here a border with our increases, and actually the last stitch of the row that we are working at will be always the increase of the previous row. So this is the increase of the previous row and will be, sorry, it's purl stitch, and will be the last stitch of this row. And now the increase. Okay, and now we'll have this nice border here. Okay, the increase and the last stitch, we have 2 loops and we have to insert the hook through these 2 loops and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1. Let me finish this and I will be back to show you how to work the other part of the sequence to repeat. So the 3 rows with the Tunisian simple stitch. So I finished my 4 rows with the purl stitch, and now let's go on and work our 3 rows with the Tunisian simple stitch. We will keep decreasing at the beginning of the row and increasing at the end of the row. Only that we change the stitch. So we work the decrease like this. Pull through 2. And now I just want to go on and to work my Tunisian simple stitch. I insert the hook around the vertical bar and pull up a loop. This is really easy. Okay. So now, of course, to finish the row, here it is, our increase of the previous row. We work it as last stitch of this row and insert the hook into the chain here, pull up a loop, and this is the increase of this row. And now insert the hook through 1 and 2 loops for the last row, so which last stitch, which is the border stitch, and pull up a loop. Now yarn over, pull through 1 and yarn over, pull through 2 until the end of the row. Repeat this 2 more times with the simple Tunisian stitch, and then you will repeat 4 purl stitch rows and 3 simple Tunisian stitch rows until you will reach the circumference of the beanie that you want to work. Okay, so the right measure. Now don't forget to decrease at the beginning of each row and increase at the end of each row. And we will have a nice stripe, and that stripe we will just want to sew at the end. Now let me finish my stripe and I will be back to show you the next step to finish the beanie. So this is my stripe finished. I repeat the 7 rows, 4 with the purl stitch and 3 with the simple stitch Tunisian 7 times. And of course here I have to bind off, and the length is about 33 centimeters, so it's the circumference for a 0 to 3 months baby boy, and baby means mama, so baby, not boy or girl. This is perfect for baby boy or baby girl. Okay, and the width is about 12 centimeters, so we will put a little border, so I have the perfect let's say length of the hat of the beanie. And now to bind off, it's really easy. We will bind off with the simple Tunisian because we finished with the simple, so we have 1, 2, 3 rows, and now insert the hook around the vertical bar and pull up a loop. Now the first loop to the second, and this is the first, and now we just go on like this. So easy. We work the stitch and we pull it through the loop that we already have on the hook. And yes, actually that's it. I will go on through the end, and then we will just have to sew. It's really easy, you'll see, so easy and so sweet. So when you finish to bind off, cut a longer yarn because we will sew with this yarn, and we will use the mattress stitch to sew the parts together and to create a nice line, invisible actually line. And we put this like this, the stripe. We have the same number of stitches because of course when we decrease one in one row we increase one, so actually it's 0 as the number of stitches. Okay, so for the mattress stitch we are here and we will begin here. Now we have the stitches, look at them, beautiful, so you can see them perfectly. This is my first, my second, and here we have the stitches, nice and clear too. Okay, this is what we need. Now because we are here, we will begin here. So we insert the hook into the first stitch and then we go out into the second. Okay, like this. Now we want to go on into the other part and we insert the hook into the first and we go out into the second. And now we just continue on like this. So insert the hook on the other side, actually where you got out, so here, and get out into the next. And the same thing on the other side. We got out here, so it's here that we want to insert the hook now. And we get out into the next stitch. And the same thing here. Insert the hook where you got out. And get out into the next. And it's like this that we have to go on. Okay. So again, it's here that we got out. It's here that we want to insert the hook. And into the next stitch, we get out. And we just go on like this until the end. So it's so easy. So I worked and I just want from time to time to, oops, this was not good. Okay, like this, to close it. Okay. And it's, can you see, it's just perfect, so no one knows what we have here. Okay, and now I just want to be careful. It's here that you can put a marker first, okay, but from time to time you have to close it. Okay, now it's where I am here, and I just go on like this, and now here, so on one side and then on the other side. Can you see? Okay, and on one side again in this, and then in this one. So it's the perfect way of sewing, let's say invisible sewing. Okay, this is very, it's used in knitting, but in Tunisian crochet it's very useful too, as you can see. Oops. Okay, so something like this. And now where I am here with this, it's here that, okay, now that's why I said just put a marker. Okay, it's here, so put a mark into this stitch. And now you are sure when you want to. Okay, and look at it, I'm sure that it's here that I have to work my stitch. Okay, so it's the hook here, sorry, the needle. Okay, and just let me finish to sew. So I finished. Look at it, isn't it beautiful? So just perfect. And on this side you have here, it's so the sewing line, it's so easy. Okay, and now that we have this, don't cut the yarn because we want to close actually the beanie here on the upper part. Perfect. So insert the hook into the stitch, and then into the next, and then into the next, and then into the next, and so on, back and forth like this. Okay, and pull. Okay, actually this is a pattern that I saw knitted, and I thought, wow, I can do it with the Tunisian crochet, why not? So just go on like this until you have the beanie ready. So to work the border you will need the Tunisian crochet with the cable. If you don't have it with the cable, don't worry, you will work the border with the simple, with the normal crochet hook, and you will work just some rounds of single crochet. Okay, let's say 3 or 4 rounds of single crochet and would be perfect. But if you have it, just watch. Now insert the hook into the first stitch here where you have it, the first one, and we want to pull up loops into each stitch, pull up a loop, and we just want to go on like this, and that's why we need the crochet hook with the cable. Okay, so just go on all around. We won't work in round, but we will sew that little part at the end, because I hate working Tunisian crochet in round. Okay, that's it, I said it. Okay, so that's why you need the crochet, the Tunisian crochet with cable. So let me just go around. So now if you have the Tunisian crochet with the cable, you have to work like this. This is the slip knot. Insert the hook into the first. Here I have my my sewing line. Insert the hook into the stitch here and pull up loops all around. Now you will want to pull. This is the first, this will be the last. I can also put a marker just to be sure when I am here that I know which is yes. Okay, if you want to be sure. So now I just go on and pull up loops. And now I just want to show you how I am working my first row as round, because we will only sew a little bit at the end. So we work in row as we worked in round. And this is because I really don't like the Tunisian crochet in round. I need 2 skeins of yarn and I don't like it. From my point of view, I waste time. So that's why I'm trying to work like this. When you are more or less at the half with the stitches, and I think I am, you just pull all the stitches at the end. Okay? And now you just want to begin into the next. Let's see where I am here. This is the next, and just want to go on here. And I will go on like this until I reach the stitch with the marker. Of course, if it's bigger, you can pull these here and continue on like this. So make this what I did first. You have to repeat it 2 or 3 times. Okay, now this, and this is my last stitch. This is a stitch with the marker, so I just want to insert the hook here and to pull up a loop. Now I can just take off the marker, and now I will work these stitches that I have here. So yarn over pull through 1, and then yarn over pull through 2, until you finish this stitch, this part of stitches, and then you work the other part. And this is how you have to work. But as I said, you can easily work a single crochet. Now, like this, and just want to push them here and work them. It's not difficult, not easy, what can I say? If you want, you can try. I just want to show you, just in case you want to try it. So I will just go on for 3-4 rows as rounds. Then I will sew the parts together and put the pom-pom. And my little beanie is ready. Sorry, it's the cable. Okay. So here I am. At the end, of course, I will sew these two together. So it's so nice. You can work single crochet. So I finished, and this is what I wanted my little border here. But okay, of course you can just work it with single crochet, will be nice too. And I have my pom-pom here. I don't have a tutorial of how to do it, but there are plenty of them on YouTube, so you can watch it and do your pom-pom. And now what I want to do is to be sure that here it's all perfect and to attach the pom-pom. Okay, so that's why. And just go on here, all around, and back and forth, like this. And it's here in the middle that I want to attach the pom-pom. Oops, this is okay, perfect. So, whoops, perfect. Here it is. Now my beanie has a nice pom-pom too, so I will go back in the middle and here. Okay, perfect. And now the only thing I want to do is to cut the yarn, so to make a little knot here and to cut the yarn. Okay, that's it. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's Tunisian crochet, but it's really easy, nothing difficult, and you will obtain a so sweet beanie hat. Look at it, isn't it beautiful? So see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.